one thing that I really, really like about Age of Empires 2 is this program right here, Capture Age. And the reason why I like it is not that that's being made by people who are like, I believe, are just from the community who decide to like build this thing, and then they built this thing into a program that actually the game has kind of adopted, and they've actually made their own DLC. It's like, dude, like what a pathway. What a pathway. I've actually spoken with the guy who like seems to be in charge of this, but I've like that's just kind of been like introductory, being like, hey, I have some questions about the game, that sort of stuff. I've never really spoken about his journey. I would love to learn more about like from start to end, like how this journey has been, because that seems like it's a wild journey. But anyway, the thing that I love about this program is not all of that. The thing that I really love about this is the way that it reshapes your focus on the game. So today I've had a pretty not amazing game. Let me put it that way. I ended up losing quite a bit, even though I had a big eco lead, so that was kind of on me. But the thing that you have right here is in this game, even if you lose pretty badly, it still comes out in a positive way. Like, I come from games that were like Apex Legends. It's a game, it's a battle royale where only one team can win out of the 20 teams. That means that most of the time you don't really win. You don't really have a good time. And that's also where like a lot of times people have this feeling from like you can't stop on like you can't stop until you win. And then people keep playing for the night and it feels bad, and you have people kind of raging at like, oh man, this game is bad, this shit. And I don't really get that with this game. And the reason why is that I feel with especially shooters like Apex, where you have a lot of optimized like algorithms placing you in matches where sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. A lot of it is very much focused on like, you go into a match, you lose, you go into a new match, you lose, you go into a new match, you win, you go into a new match, you lose, you go into a new match, and it's very much focused on like just go and go and go. Just pull the lever of the slot machine, and not necessarily about like what did you do to improve yourself? Like what can you do to improve yourself? Where did you go wrong? And that's something where I feel like Age of Empires 2 makes a big difference into, especially when it comes to their, capture age, or when, capture age is actually, it's like an elevation of like the build and like replay function that Age of Empires has as well. But this right here, even the free function is way better than the build and one that they have. So I would say capture age, one thing that capture age really, really makes amazing of this is that it allows you to go like look back, not only at yourself, but also look back at like your opponents. And through this, like, this has helped me a whole bunch just to see, like, hey, what am I doing? Where am I going wrong? It's like right here, I'm saying, like, I have a whole bunch of ILTC time. I knew I had that because my hotkeys were out and, like, my entire start was, like, kind of screwed up. But especially going right here, it's like I felt when I was in the game that at this point in time, I was completely overwhelmed. This guy had me by the ears. Even though in score, we were actually equal. I actually overtook him in score, even though most of the game he had been pretty much ahead of me. So I didn't see that at this point in time. And I felt like he had me everywhere. There was nothing I could have done. But looking at this now, I can see that, he had, like, I was way ahead in like eco. I can see like how he builds up his base. I can see like what he decides to do, how he decides to build a second market, even though he already has one. I can see those things, and I can like use that to think about, okay, so like how could I actually have won this? What could I have done? And this right here, I'm looking at the mistakes that he's making, but I can also look at someone who plays flawlessly and then be like, wow, that's what I could do next time. So that's something that I really, really appreciate about Age of Empires 2. It puts you into a different mindset with the functions that it gives you to like review your matches and learn about them. That even if you lose, it doesn't necessarily feel that bad because it is actually giving you more information to get better with. And that's something that I'm missing a lot in like a lot of the newer games, especially like shooters. I believe Halo had it for like a long time and still may have it, where you can go like watch matches back in the theater. But it's really not common. It's really not common to have like a replay mode where you can go back and also see like how everyone else has played and then compare the stats and whatever. So yeah, I think that if there's something about this game that I think really makes it stand out and really makes me like it more than other games, it's got to be this.